Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. My name is Monica, and today, is this the last update? I think this is the last update we're going to see before the finale for my Pan That palette for 2021, the Natasha Denona Lila palette. Ooh, that's exciting. Ooh, so we have some updates. I hit some pans, I did some frankening. We've got quite a few shades left, but yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. So let's go ahead and run the slideshow of all of my progress up until this point. And this is my palette now. We've got 5 shades left. So, as you can see, I did do some frankening. I kind of combined some shades. I moved them all down to this lower level. So these are the 5 shades we are working with now. I'm actually pretty close, I think, to hitting pan in both the black Franken shade and this purple shade right here. This was a big part of my look today, and it did feel like a huge dip in the middle, so I think I'm going to hit pan in this one first, and then probably the black shade. So yeah, the palette looks a lot different, so let's talk about the franking first. So let's talk about the frankening first. So I really took inspiration from the remaining shades, and I decided, okay, so what are some shades that I want to create that are going to be everyday staples for the rest of the year, so I can go ahead and finish this up. So I knew I had to create a black, and I wanted to take the last brown that I had left and kind of lighten it a little bit to make it more of a transition shade. I didn't really lighten it that much. It's still pretty dark, but it's a lot lighter than it used to be. But it's not a bad transition shade. So actually every day I've kind of been going for this shade in my transition, deepening it up with the black, and then pulling in a shimmer from another palette in my collection to kind of round out a basic neutral everyday look for work. Wipe that on my pants. The last 3 shades, I really just wanted to kind of franken and repress into something that I could use together in a cohesive look, and I'm wearing them on my eyes today. I did film this look, so in just a little bit we will go into this look. One thing I did notice is that for the most part, whenever I've repressed or frankened a shade in this palette, it has become a lot looser and a little bit easier to kind of use up. That is not what happened with this pink shade right here. I was kind of hoping, I frankened it with like a lighter kind of champagne shade to lighten it up a little bit to become more of a lid shade, but A, it's not really that shimmery. I kind of wish I made it a little bit more shimmery, but B, it got harder. So this shade is actually a lot more hard pressed than the rest of the shades. So this I've kind of been using as my new transition. I have it all the way up into here, and it's become my new de facto transition even when I use kind of these two shades, and it's still really pretty. But I am worried, that's the only one I'm really worried about out of the last 5 shades that I have here, because it is so much more hardly pressed or hard pressed than the rest of the shades. Let me go ahead and show you how I frankened these shades. So that's how I frankened the shades, and like I said, I'm just really happy with how these came out. I think I've got like a really nice condensed version. Like this is probably not a bad like mini version of the Lila, right? I think there is already a mini Lila, but you know, this wouldn't make a bad version of the mini Lila. I wanted to show you guys at least one look. I thought the neutral one would be a little bit too boring, but if you guys are interested, check out my Instagram. This is my Instagram page. I have been posting looks that I've been doing along with sneak peeks of the palette and the frankening process. So if you're interested, make sure you check it out there, because any looks that I don't record for like my YouTube channel, I'll probably post there, at least a picture look, if not like the full video. But yes, let me go ahead and show you how I got today's look, which was using the 3 shades here in the middle. So that's how I got today's look, and this is kind of the look that I've been going to anytime I'm not working. It is a little bit bright, but I will say this dark purple actually doesn't look too crazy purple depending on what shades you use it with. So there are some times where I use this shade and then I go in with the purple because it actually matches this shade pretty nicely, and it doesn't look too out there for like a work look. So yeah, so like I said, I've got pretty big dips in these two shades right here. I've got to make some progress on these two shades, but I've been using them as my transition, and I think mixing them together might help me use up the transition shades a little bit faster. And then this purpley shade, I've been using it. I love using it on the lower lash line. It's really pretty. Even on a neutral look, I can kind of do a pop of color on the lower lash line, and it doesn't look kind of crazy. So I've been doing that, but then it's also a really pretty lid color if I use the purple everywhere. It doesn't really match really well with the bright pink, which is kind of why I didn't use it on my lid today. It doesn't look fantastic with the bright pink, but it looks really pretty with the purple and with the black. So that's kind of how I'm thinking of using it. I'm definitely gonna have to figure out ways to multitask as well, since we've got a month and I've got these shades left. Ooh. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. You know, I've got faith. I've repressed these. I spent a lot of time with the formula. I think I'm close enough that I think I can do it. And if I don't, I'm going to be pretty dang close by the finale. And the finale will be posted New Year's Eve so that I can go ahead and post the intro for my next Pan palette on New Year's Day. So if you're not already, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon so you're notified whenever those come out. It's going to be a very exciting month. And again, check me out on Instagram. I will be posting all the up-to-date updates on my Instagram. If I happen to hit pan, if I finish this before the finale, it'll be there. So I think that's it for this update. I've made a lot of progress. I've got quite a bit to go, but I think I can do it. I don't want to jinx it. I'm gonna knock on some wood while I'm here, but I think I can do it. So that's everything for this update. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below if you're panning a palette, how that's going, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye.